started like a regular week in Hollywood. Quiet, calm, too quiet. But by the time the internet woke up, chaos had already broken loose. India Love had just dropped a few innocent live moments. And now everyone was convinced DDG was about to be a father again. Only this time, not with Halle Bailey. And when that rumor hit Halle's feed, she didn't just roll her eyes or post a cryptic lyric. She snapped.
I have a confession to make. I've been following for a very long time. I'm such a fan. I'm actually really nervous right now.
Turn that shit on. Oh, my bad, I'm sorry.
I didn't say that.
See, the thing about Halle is she's never been one to move messy. She's the calm storm, quiet, soft-spoken. But when she's pushed to the edge, you can feel it. This wasn't about gossip. This was about betrayal. India started it all with her live stream. She was sitting there, glowing, smiling that "I got something to say" smile. And out of nowhere, she started talking about family. Not music, not work, family. She said she wanted to start a new chapter, be a wife, build a home, be the best mom.
But I really, really desire like my own family and to be a wife, have a home, and to be like the best mom and the best family member to my entire family.
Thank you, Mom.
You will never be.
Big Mom without it. Wow. Thank you, Moo. Big Moo, not the little one. My hair is pissing me off.
The tone wasn't random. It sounded like she already had somebody specific in mind. The comments went wild. She's talking about DDG. She's giving soft launch pregnant energy. Is this a replacement arc?
I never said I was a role model or anything. I'm just trying. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do right. I'm trying. And with that comes, trial and error. And
I was a very hard-headed young lady. I definitely was not listening to a lot of people. Like, I just beat to my own drum. I did what I wanted to do. And that's just that. Life definitely would have been a little different for me, but that's not what God wanted me to do. So I'm okay with that.
Then she doubled down, talking about how much she wanted someone who would always be there. And out of nowhere, she drops a comment calling DDG a great father. Fans knew that wasn't just flattery. That was a statement. And the timing couldn't have been worse. Because at the exact same time India was saying all this, DDG was posting those sleek magazine-style photos with her. All smiles, all matching outfits, giving power couple energy.
I know you're lying. I always wanted, oh my God, I wanted this bag so much. I've seen it in Japan, that store.
I just want to know what, how do I word this properly? What somebody else's kids got to do with y'all is what I want to know.
The same day those went up, court docs dropped showing that Halle had just filed new custody papers for baby Halo. So now, people are piecing it together. The pictures, the timing, the court filing, and the narrative writes itself.
How India Love slept with my now husband at the time, and she very much knew that he was my husband at the time. She knew me, she knew him, she was out with us both as a couple.
Moo had your back. He was really respectful. He was on you. He was making sure that you was cool. You was good. So I wanted to shout out to Moo for holding it down for my sister for sure.
While Halle's fighting for peace, DDG's out here posting prom poses with India Love like life's a movie. But here's where it gets deep. Halle and DDG had just agreed to stop dragging each other through court. No more drama, no public shade, no posting Halo online, a clean start.
Talking about India's my friend, bro. We started off as close friends, and then you turn into my girlfriend.
Went to church last Sunday. It was so cute too. Moo asked me to take him to church next time I go to church, and I was like, and he was like, "Oh, I just love your relationship with God." I won't tell y'all any details. Sorry, Chad. I don't even know if he wanted me to say that.
They'd been through enough. From arguments spilling into live streams to fans picking sides over every tweet. They needed quiet. They needed space. But the very same week that truce went live, DDG decided to play family man online again. This time, not with Halle, but with India. That's what broke her.
Yo, DDG found his next ball. He reversed it. Yo, DDG is so slick. Reverse Uno. He got his female Stephon Diggs. Violating.
Recently to find out that I'm pregnant with twins, actually.
What? How old are you?
The thing for me, though, I was excited at first, but the doctor said that I have twins by 2 different dads.
Halle's never been the loud type, but when she saw India on camera crying about wanting love, wanting stability, and thanking DDG for being there for her, that was it. She unfollowed, went silent, and that silence hit like thunder, because when Halle goes quiet, something's about to move. And move, she did. Within hours, new custody paperwork surfaced. People close to her said she felt disrespected and blindsided, not because DDG was with someone new, but because he was parading it around while still under an agreement about how their child could be shown and discussed publicly. But DDG didn't slow down. He was still online, still liking posts, still grinning on streams. Meanwhile, India's lives started sounding less like random chatter and more like confessions. She went live talking about her hard-headed past, saying God told her to show her journey and how she was trying to do better. She kept repeating that she was learning, changing, trying to be right. It felt like a redemption arc. And right in the middle of it, DDG popped in her comments, dropping laughing emojis and big mood replies like this was a game. Then came the gifts, a $30,000 Chanel bag, a trip, private dinners, the kind of attention that looked too intimate to be just friends. When India saw the bag, her whole face changed. Tears, shock, the I can't believe this kind of smile. And she slipped up just like he would later. She said, "Oh my God, I love," and caught herself mid-sentence. The clip went viral before she could even delete it. Fans weren't just whispering anymore. They were connecting dots. Old clips of DDG hiding in India's closet during Kai Cenat's stream, back in rotation. That one Twitch moment where India kept crying mid-conversation and said she wanted someone who will always be there, back on the timeline. It was no longer India's glowing. It was India's expecting. Then the comment sections got dark. She's replacing Halle. He's building a new family. Halo's being replaced. And that's when Halle cracked. Because this wasn't just another breakup rumor. This was her son's name being dragged through online chaos again. Halle had spent nearly a year protecting Halo from the public eye. No pictures, no names, no details. She wanted peace. She wanted normal. But now, all over social media, people were tagging her under DDG and India's posts, asking if she'd seen the new family. Imagine scrolling and seeing strangers talk about your child like a prop. So when she filed those new papers, it wasn't random. That was her way of saying, enough. And here's the craziest part. This entire thing could have died out right there if DDG had just shut up. But the man can't help himself. He always slips. During a stream, he was trying to calm everything down, brushing off rumors, laughing about people reading too much into it. And then, mid-sentence, he said something that made every jaw drop. He said, "India's my friend. We started off as close friends," and then stopped cold. His whole face changed, eyes wide, voice low. He realized he'd just said the exact same line from his own song. The same way he used to describe Halle. You could almost hear the internet gasp. That's when even DDG's supporters started switching sides. Because that slip wasn't random. It wasn't rehearsed. It was muscle memory. And in 1 second, it told everyone everything they needed to know. Now, the internet's convinced this isn't just flirtation. It's a full-blown pattern repeating itself. India isn't a fling. She's the next chapter in the same messy story. And Halle? She's done watching it unfold. Because one thing about Halle Bailey, she might cry in silence, but when she stands up, everyone feels it. And after seeing India on live stream saying she wants to be a wife, talking about faith and family, right as DDG's playing happy couple online, yeah, Halle's not staying quiet this time. The peace treaty's over. And what's about to happen next? Everyone can feel it brewing. The calm before another social media storm that'll have fans picking sides, receipts flying, and DDG doing what he always does best, trying to pretend it's all just the internet being the internet. But this time, the receipts are too clear, the timing too messy, and the hurt too real, because it's not about fame anymore. It's about a mother watching the father of her child repeat the same chaos with another woman, one live stream at a time. When that first round of chaos hit, people thought it would die down in a few days, just another rumor cycle gone wild. But by the time the weekend rolled in, It was clear this wasn't one of those internet overreacting situations. This time, the energy was different. DDG and India weren't even trying to hide anymore. They were outside together, smiling like everything was normal, moving like the whispers didn't exist. But the fans, they were detectives now, piecing together every single breadcrumb. And it wasn't just about the pictures, it was about patterns. See, DDG has a signature. The same love-bombing energy, the same stream jokes, the same over-the-top gifts, the same public teasing that always ends in emotional chaos. He did it with Halle, he did it with Ruby Rose, and now India's the next name on the timeline. But this time, the situation came with real stakes, because now there's Halo. The baby Halle spent months protecting from the spotlight. And there's Halle herself, who's done playing cool while DDG tries to rebrand fatherhood through someone else's live stream. By Friday, India Love had gone live again, this time crying and thanking DDG for always being there for her, while calling him a blessing. She didn't say his name directly, but fans didn't need her to. His username was right there in the chat. Her tone was shaky, voice soft, the kind of energy that only comes when emotions have gone way deeper than you planned. And then she slipped again, whispering, "He's such a great father." That line hit like a grenade, because the internet had already spent the whole week accusing her of trying to step into Halle's spot. And now here she was, publicly calling the father of Halle's baby a great dad, while her sister was on Instagram stories praising DDG for holding it down for India. Halle didn't say a word, but she didn't have to. Within hours, she unfollowed everyone tied to DDG, even mutuals. Then fans noticed her liking a tweet that said, "Sometimes peace means letting people destroy themselves without your help." That's the kind of subtle shade only someone truly fed up can pull off. And that's when the second wave of chaos hit. Because just as the internet was debating whether DDG had crossed the line, an old video resurfaced. India and DDG at Kai Cenat's streamer university, where he was caught hiding in her closet. It wasn't a ha-ha prank. It looked too familiar. The same hiding, the same flirting, the same energy DDG once gave Halle in his early vlogs. The timeline erupted. History repeating itself. She's the new Halle. Bro doesn't even switch scripts. But things got darker when a Twitter thread resurfaced from 2021. A woman claiming India Love had slept with her husband, saying she knew exactly who he was and did it anyway. So now people weren't just talking about cheating rumors. They were talking about karma. The whispers got louder. India's trying to lock DDG down fast. India's playing the same game DDG played. India's crying because she's pregnant. And while the whole internet was arguing over what's real and what's clout, DDG was still doubling down on his online persona like nothing happened. Streaming, joking, laughing. Except this time, even his fans could see it. The smirk wasn't confidence anymore, it was panic. Because once that pregnancy rumor caught traction, Halle's quiet turned into strategy. Remember that custody agreement? It had one very specific line about no public posting of the child. But the moment DDG started calling himself Father of the Year under posts with India, it looked like a violation. And Halle moved fast, faster than anyone expected. That's when the paperwork started floating around. Custody requests, legal terms, everything that said Halle was drawing a clear line between her son's private life and DDG's new circus. She didn't need a PR statement. The message was simple. You can play influencer with anyone you want, but not at my child's expense. Meanwhile, India was unraveling in real time. Her stream started to shift. One day she's crying, the next she's preaching about faith and redemption, then back to giggling while DDG drops into her chat. The mood swings had people convinced something deeper was happening behind the scenes. And then came the moment nobody saw coming. DDG's slip-up. He was streaming like usual, brushing off comments, laughing with his fans. Someone asked about India, and he tried to play it cool. "That's my friend," he said. "We started off as close friends." Then he froze. That song line, that tone, that deja vu moment that made everyone pause. You could see it in his eyes. He knew he'd just said too much. He looked down, smiled awkwardly, and tried to change the topic, but it was too late. The internet already clipped it, slowed it down, remixed it, and turned it into another viral sound. And once that hit Twitter, all the theories started merging into one brutal headline. DDG gets India Love pregnant after repeating Halle Bailey's same storyline. And it didn't matter if it was confirmed or not. The damage was done. Because what hurt Halle most wasn't just the speculation. It was the pattern. The same public affection that once made her fall for him was now being recycled with someone else, right after she thought they'd finally moved into a peaceful space for Halo. And while India was out here talking about how God told her to share her journey, DDG was cracking jokes on stream like he hadn't just turned two women's lives into a tabloid headline. It was messy, And even the fans who used to defend him started switching sides, calling him emotionally reckless, saying he needs therapy, not Twitch. Halle, though, she stayed silent. No tweets, no likes, no cryptic captions. Just that one cold move. New filings, new boundaries, new chapter. Because for her, this wasn't gossip. It was survival. And now, the question isn't whether DDG really got India pregnant. It's whether he even cares about how far he's spiraled, or if he's too busy performing for the same internet that once made him famous. But this story isn't over yet, because the moment everyone thought it couldn't get any worse, India did something that changed everything and pushed Halle past her final breaking point. And when that happened, the internet saw the quietest woman in the room turn into the loudest storm she's ever been. The final straw didn't come from a tweet, a live stream, or even one of DDG's little slip-ups. It came from India Love herself. And what she did next turned the internet upside down. It started when India went live again, but this time she wasn't crying or rambling. She was glowing, calm, almost too calm. She started talking about her new chapter, saying how she's found peace, how she's becoming the woman she's always prayed to be, and how God's timing is perfect. And then she dropped the line that sent everyone into meltdown mode. I'm just excited for this new season of life. Motherhood, marriage, growth. The word motherhood echoed like a bomb. Within minutes, the live was screen recorded, reposted, dissected, slowed down, and replayed. People caught every blink, every hand touch on her stomach, every pause in her breathing. And it didn't help that DDG's username was in her chat again, dropping heart emojis like he was confirming it himself. That's when fans realized Halle's reaction from earlier in the week wasn't just emotional, it was prophetic. She knew. The narrative had gone from whispers to headlines overnight. DDG starting a family with India Love. Halle Bailey replaced. Halo gets a stepmom, and through all that noise, Halle didn't say a word. But her moves were louder than any statement could have been. Because just one day after India's live, court reporters spotted Halle walking into her attorney's office again. And when the media reached out for comment, her team simply said, "We have nothing to add at this time." That's when everyone knew. This wasn't just social media shade anymore. This was about control, respect, and a mother protecting her peace at all costs. Meanwhile, DDG was out here posting thirst traps and acting like he wasn't the center of a whole PR nightmare. On one stream, a fan asked him directly about India's comments, and he just laughed and said, "Man, y'all read too deep into everything. I'm just vibing." But what everyone noticed was the smirk. That same grin he used every time he got caught up in something and thought he could charm his way out. Only this time, it didn't hit the same. Because this time, the internet wasn't laughing with him. They were laughing at him. And India, she started doubling down too, posting captions about unconditional love, fresh starts, and being blessed beyond words. Every post felt like a soft announcement without ever saying the words. Then came the receipts nobody expected. A set of photos from a private dinner. Candles, roses, expensive champagne, and a small baby pacifier charm sitting next to India's glass. Nobody knew if it was planted for attention or real, but the symbolism was too heavy to ignore. At that point, the internet split clean in two. Half the fans were convinced India really was pregnant, that DDG had moved on and started a new family. The other half swore it was clout chasing, a way to stir up attention for her next project, with DDG playing along for views. But regardless of which side you believed, one thing was crystal clear. Halle Bailey was done. Done watching her name trend because of a man who couldn't respect privacy. Done defending someone who turned every relationship into a storyline. Done sitting in silence while strangers dissected her motherhood like it was part of a gossip segment. The thing people forget is that Halle isn't built like the rest of them. She's not a YouTuber or a live streamer. She's an artist. And artists, when they hurt, they create. So when she unfollowed DDG, when she cleared her feed, and when she popped back up days later in that mirror selfie holding Halo on her hip, fans instantly knew what time it was. Her caption was just 3 words. "We good now." No subtext, no hashtags, just strength. Because that's the power of someone who's been quiet for too long. When she finally speaks, it doesn't sound like pain anymore. It sounds like peace. And as for DDG, you might think he's untouchable, but the internet's already clocking him. Every pattern, every recycled move, every close friend turned girlfriend, people see it now. The same playbook, just different players. India's name might be trending now, but give it time. The same charm that made her feel special will be the same reason she ends up in the same headlines Halle once lived through. Because the truth is, men like DDG don't change their pattern, they just change their audience. And the saddest part? India's still online defending him, smiling through the comments, while Halle's building the quiet life he once promised her. At the end of the day, Halle's silence said more than any rant ever could. She's not here to fight for attention. She's here to protect her peace, her baby, and her sanity. Because when a woman stops begging to be understood and starts focusing on her own peace, that's when the story shifts. And this one? Oh, it's already shifting fast. So whether DDG really got India pregnant or not, one thing's for sure. He's already lost something much bigger, his respect. And as for Halle, she walked away with everything that actually matters, her child, her peace, and the last word. Because sometimes silence is the clapback. Now tell me, was this DDG's final downfall or just another chapter in the same messy saga? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because trust me, the next twist in this story is coming sooner than you think.